as we go. Up some steps again.
No, it's a good thing we're not on the 12th floor because I definitely would be doing steps.
What? No, wait. We mean we're on the 9th. We don't have to go up to the 11th.
So I meant when we had to go down below from the 12th floor.
Oh, to go down to the... Oh. Yeah, but going down, like I said, it's much easier. So anyway, we're going to get some breakfast. And we'll see what this day brings. And if it's exciting, we'll bring you along. So they did some towel, how to make the animals. And, well, I was in the pool, so I missed it. But now, they are getting ready to have a volleyball tournament. So I might video some of that for you. Staff versus guest. Several teams playing.
Alright, game start, up to 8 points. If it hits the wall on the side, that means it's out. If it hits the water before the wall, it's in. Alright? Yeah, if it hits the wall on the side, at the top, it's out. Ready? Start. 1-0 Dolphins.
Oh, there's a delay. Get it. They lost again. Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
We are. That was almost like a.
Hello.
No, it's almost like a hello. It's like a recording. So I'm not sure if you see it, but outside, right behind us, it's Haiti. So we are passing Haiti on our way to home. So how was your day today so far?
Relaxing.
Very relaxing by the pool. A little windy, but it was pretty good.
Yes.
So we're gonna go eat some dinner. It's this lobster night. You eating lobster?
I am.
I think we get two.
I'm really tired of eating now. Isn't it sad that you eat so much on the cruise ship and you get tired of eating? But what do?
You keep eating. Yeah. We're definitely have to go back to our somewhat of a diet when we get back. But I know that I feel a little bit heavier than I did when I got here. So, but we have still one more day to go. One more full day. So we're gonna go eat some dinner, and then we've got a night filled again. So I keep her busy.
Too busy.
Yeah, we didn't slow down.
We haven't been able to enjoy our balcony because he keeps us so busy.
Well, you know, it's the way it is. So, I have some news to tell you a little later. We'll do that tonight, maybe. If not, maybe tomorrow. But anyway, we're gonna go eat. But I want to show you something. We found out what I asked yesterday was. So hold on a second, and I'll let you know. So we found that is a stingray. I did not know it. This is the first time that we haven't cruised a lot, but this is the first time that we have had this. So I had to ask people around, and multiple people said stingray. So we'll go with the unanimous decision. So that's what it is. So anyway, we're gonna go eat. We'll bring you along. Oh, waiting for the elevator, waiting for the elevator. Hello. So we're trying to figure which one comes first. That's 6. Oh, that's 8. This might be it. I haven't shown you guys this, so at least do it once. We're gonna do the elevator, yes. We've been doing steps the whole time. But we're dressed up. I really don't go down 4 flights of steps. So, floor 9, deck 9, oh, 7, oh, 9. Which one's first? This one. Friday!
Of our performance, flash or stroke photography is not permitted. However, if you do take pictures with your mobile devices, please be mindful of your screen brightness level as to not disturb other members of the audience. And as a final reminder, please ensure that all phones have been placed on silent. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Well, that means I'll be able to record some of this for you all. This is what we're seeing tonight. Variety show with the orchestra, a comedian, and
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our variety showtime. And now, please welcome to the stage your host, your cruise director, Lacey.
Orchestra, and of course our musical director Eugene on the trumpet. Aren't they amazing? Tonight we will be featuring our variety show time. We've got some talented acts coming up, and of course backed by popular demand. You have seen them last night. They're incredibly talented, and they're back here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Impact!
Por una cabeza de un noble potrillo que justo en la raya afloja al llegar.
Laughs tonight? All the way from Chicago, please give it up for Nate Weatherall.
Give it up for DJ Bathroom Break. Give it up one more time for your amazing cruise director, Icy Leonard here. You guys having a good week so far? You enjoying the ship? You enjoying the shows? You guys listen at 3 times a day, every day. Watch you. I know! I'm a whole grown up. Watch you. I'm already watching. Why are you so aggressive? You guys have fun? Did you see something beautiful this week that you've never seen before? Yeah. Did you see something totally crazy that you'll never forget for the rest of your life? Yes. If you haven't, you still have a day. Spend the entire day tomorrow. Try to find the weirdest thing you can find. Casually take a picture of it when they're not looking. I think with every cruise, you should have at least one moment that sticks with you. And I believe that because I've had moments like that for years and years, going back to my very first ever cruise I worked. The first time I ever worked a cruise, I went to Falmouth, Jamaica. We've been to Falmouth. Yeah, okay. So it was, like I said, this was my first ever cruise I worked, and I got there and I really didn't know what was going on. And there was another comic on the ship that week named Lewis Johnson who decided to like take me under his wing and show me around. Because on top of being an amazing comic, he's just a good dude. And he's been doing this forever, so he's like, Nate, I'm taking you out, we're going into Jamaica, we're gonna have a day. And Lewis is a black gentleman, and I say that because it's important to the story. Because we were in Jamaica, so he fit in, huh? I did not. But we went out like into the city, we had this amazing food, we had these really great drinks, we found a farmer's market, just like spent this afternoon, it was a great day. But it was on the way back to the ship that I had a moment that will live with me forever. And it's because on the way back we ran into a cab driver that Lou has known for years. And the guy sees Lou and he gets really excited to see him, and then he sees me and gets very confused. He's kind of just staring at me for a minute, and he looks back at Lou and back at me and back at Lou, and then he goes, "What I like play with ya?" And that's my favorite thing anyone has ever said about me in my entire life. The way the guy said it, it was so upbeat that it made me happy, so I asked him to repeat it, and he did, so I recorded it, and it's now my ringtone. 3 years ago, I think. And this story involves me having to fill out a permanent record for Royal Caribbean and go to medical. And this is a story that started with me doing a show. So what happened was, I finished the show, I go back out to the lobby, and I'm like waiting to talk to people and shake hands after the show back when that was legal. And so people are just kind of like lined up waiting to come say hey to me after the show, and then a lady just comes blasting through the door because she has lost control of her rascal scooter. I don't know the backstory. I have no idea what happened to her. All I know is her eyes were glazed over. And she had that thing ratcheted all the way up to rabbit. And she just had a death grip on the accelerator. So she comes blasting through the door like a white-haired rocket. And in his defense, her husband was trying to help. He was running behind the scooter going, "Let go! Let freaking go!" But she did not heed his warning. So she comes crashing through the crowd, and people just start splaying off the front of her fender left and right. I didn't even know those things had fenders until that night. And people are going down, and with it, like, planters are falling over. Art is coming down off the walls. Like, it is pandemonium. And in the midst of the chaos, all of a sudden, I locked eyes with death. She was coming straight at me. And I didn't have time to think, I just reacted. And in the same motion, I jumped out of the way, and in the same moment, grabbed the key and pulled it out of the ignition, thus saving thousands of lives. Yeah. Yeah, I became a superhero that day. And in the aftermath, security just starts appearing from the shadows in every direction. And they're picking stuff up. And while that was happening, one of the guys sees me do this. And I didn't even realize I had done it until the security guard was like, "Hey, you're injured." I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I just bruised my middle finger. It's no big deal. I did your job. You're welcome." He goes, "No, you're injured. You gotta go to medical." And I went, "I'm not injured. I bruised my finger. I'm fine." He goes, "No, you're injured. You have to go to medical." And I went, it's fine. If this is my superhero origin story, that lady is my arch nemesis. Which means one day I'm gonna have to kill her. You guys laughed at the killing the old lady joke. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. And like 1 out of 10 audiences does not like that one, and they just get real quiet. And I'm like, guys, calm down. I already killed her. All right, I want to know this. twin. I have a thief. Who stole my birthday. My brother's first act on this earth was to ruin my day. My mom was like, don't you love him? No. Like, I'm 38 years old and I'm still angry about it. And people are always like, Nate, you're too old to be angry about that. And I'm like, do you have your own birthday? Maybe shut up. Or like, the biggest argument I get is always like, well, what about twins? Twins have always shared a birthday. I go, exactly, that's my point. Twins have always shared a birthday. That's all they know. That's their normal. I had 4 of them. They were awesome. And now it's ours, and that sucks. Like, nobody knows what it's like to wake up on your 4th birthday and have everyone in life go, hey, bud, what do you want for your birthday? And go, the Ghostbuster Firehouse. And then 8 hours later, have everybody go, so what did you get for your birthday? Go, a lesson in sharing. I hate him. But I finally figured out my revenge. It took me almost 30 years, but I finally figured out how to get back at him. Because about 6 years ago, my little brother got married, and I love my brother. Alex is like the coolest kid in the world. His wife, Shannon, wonderful lady. Like, I was part of the ceremony. I was the best man. I got to be part of this entire special day with them. But it was at the reception that night that I figured it out. Because that night I decided that at some point in the future, I don't know when, but one day, I'm getting married on their anniversary. Yep, that's how you win a 30-year grudge. This is, honest to God, my favorite thing that ever happened to me working on cruise ships. This was 3 years ago. It was the first time I've ever been up to Alaska. Who's been to Alaska? If you haven't been, make that your next cruise. It is unbelievably gorgeous. It is so cool. And I got up there with one goal for the entire week, and that was to befriend a bald eagle. You didn't mishear me. I said what I mentioned I meant what I said. I don't want to see one from a distance. I wanted to know his name. I wanted to share secrets. And I had my opportunity at our first port. I got up at like 6 a.m. I'm like, I don't care if this takes all day. I'm finding my eagle today. So it's 6 o'clock and I get up and I walk up the pier and there's one in the first tree right at the end of the pier. Because apparently they're like pigeons up there and nobody told me that. So it's like 6:02 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I could have slept in. But it happened. I'm looking at him and he just turns and looks right back at me. And we whispered our secrets. We shared our emotions. His name was Philip J. Fly. If you get that reference, good for you. And then all of a sudden, he took off right over my head. Yeah, if you've never seen an eagle up close, they're enormous. They have a 6-foot wingspan. And this thing just right above me, just... Like, I felt the wind in where my hair used to be. I hate that laugh. But as it takes off over me, a single feather falls out of his wing, helicopters down, and lands at my feet. I was like, oh my God, he chose me. This is the greatest day of my life. And as I'm picking up the feather, this guy like runs over and he's like, hey, that eagle dropped a feather. And I went, Philip gave me a feather, let's be very clear. Oh, what just happened? He goes, do you mind if I take a picture with it? I went, yeah, no, of course. So I hand him the feather and he's kind of taking some selfies. And then this other guy walks up and he hands that guy my feather. And that guy starts taking pictures. And people just start lining up to take pictures with my feather. And I was pretending like I did not hate that. Up until like this little 7-year-old kid runs up to me and goes, hey, can I have that? I said, no, and I shoved him to the ground. Who does that? You're 7 years old, you know 3 things, and one of them is finders keepers. I get my feather back. And I decided, I'm like, I should probably head back to the ship. So I'm walking back up the pier. And all of a sudden they go, oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to bring this with me. Like, they're very clear. No fruits, no vegetables, no animals. They say nothing about parts of animals. So I'm like, all right, I should probably go ask somebody. And I head back, and there's this ranger station. And I walk in, and the woman working there happened to be a native Tlingit woman. So I said, excuse me, ma'am, Eagle gave me a feather. Wondering about... You should have all been laughing that hard. Where were you? So I say, excuse me, ma'am. Eagle gave me a feather. And am I allowed to bring this on the ship? And she goes, you know, it's interesting you asked me that. I don't know if you know this, but everywhere in North America, from Canada all the way down through Mexico, there are federal laws that stipulate that all bald eagles and all parts of bald eagles are the legal property of the indigenous people. So for you to even be holding that feather right now is a felony. And I said, that kid gave it to me. You guys have been so much fun. Thank you for hanging out.
Oh, here's our animal. Loki. Got sure his glass in her, so I guess that's gonna be a girl.
That's a poor looking girl.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Where's your glass?
So my wife decided to change and put my reading glass on it.
It looks manly. Didn't look like a girl.
Okay, whatever you say.
That's right. Did you hear that? We have it. We have
Have
it.
it on what?
We have. We have a copy of it. We actually can. I have
A video, you
a
mean?
video. Yes.
Yes. Alrighty, it's the end of the night. It's an early night for us.
Very early. He needs his beauty sleep
Yes, I
because
do.
it takes a lot. This guy, you know, to keep
Whatever.
this look.
Whatever. How was your day, babe?
It was good, relaxing.
How was dinner?
It was good. Not overly stuffed, but speaking of dinner, Francisco brought us more Indian food. And then he also gave us some of his
Can
stuff.
I see it?
I don't know. Can they see it?
It is. Alright.
Gave us some of their stuff that they make Indian food with. And to top it off, he gave us his phone number.
So
if we have any questions, we can call him and he can walk me through it.
So, yeah.
Now that is what you call a good server. You know, we've never experienced that before.
Not at all.
And I would never expect the kind of service that he's went above.
Absolutely.
So.
And then after that, we went to the variety show, which you saw. Hopefully, we were a little farther back, so you might not have got a great picture of that. But we went there, and then we listened to the one guy. I think his name is James Wallace. Anyway, we did that, and basically we came up to the room for the most part. Other than that, I think that was pretty much it. It was a good evening. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
So tomorrow's our last day.
Another relaxing
Another
day.
relaxing day. 2 days to sea on the way back. Looks like we're going to be missing the hurricane, so that's always good.
Yes.
And so what I want to tell you earlier is that the last day we'll do a final thoughts. And we'll give you guys just a rundown of, again, it's just our opinion. Everybody has different opinions on what it is. We'll give you the rundown of the ship that we were on. We'll give you the ports, just an overall of everything. Basically from service to food, all that kind of good stuff. So that way, if you decide to pick this ship or pick these ports, that the excursions that we did on these ports, then you will at least have an idea. So
absolutely,
that'll be done a couple of days from now. So our last day. So the day we disembark.
Might be at the airport.
It could be at the airport. We have to wait a few hours before we get home. So I think that's all. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. You all have a great night or morning or whenever you're watching this. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.